Will Anderson, he just took 31 snaps, and he wasn't going to take that many. He took a lot more after Jerry Hughes got hurt. But he was about as effective as you could get. Like, you've got, like, all the little subtle, so-called heroes of this game. He had just one snap on the very first drive where they had a field goal. But it was a pressure on third down that made him kick a field goal. Like, Will Anderson, you got to give him credit. Next passing thought. Shane Steichen's script had me terrified early. Terrified. But, and we talked about this last week about how he's had that script. He kind of wadded it up and tossed it away, whether it was because he saw what Jonathan Taylor was doing or because the Texans responded well enough, to keep him at bay, so to speak. I don't know if this was scripted or not, but Bobby Slowick's decision to go over the top on the first play.
Oh, that was scripted.
Brilliant.
Yeah, that was something.
Brilliant.
That was something they probably had.
Mm-hmm.
That was, we're going to do this. We're taking this shot right off the top.
You got to figure it was scripted, but not just because it was successful, because it showed everyone, including the Colts and the Texans and everything, that C.J. Stroud, on this day, it was going to be balls to the wall. Like from the start, not going to be denied. We're coming at you. No protection, no little dinks and dunks and all that stuff. Next passing thought. The entire offensive line played every single snap and allowed 2 sacks. That was pretty damn impressive. We may need to be talking about the offensive line coach, Chris Strasser, at some point, because it was
thanks.
It was pretty damn impressive. The run game was, like I said, it was in spots pretty good. Next passing thought. The weapon, Cameron Johnston. I've called him the weapon.
Oh, God.
Dude.
Yeah.
4 punts.
No, he's nasty.
4 punts inside the 14-yard line.
Yeah, that one at the one, and then you had Tart jump off sides, which kind of negated it a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, that punt at the one, and there was a question, should D'Amico have punted?
Yeah.
Oof.
4
Cam
punts.
Johnston made it look good.
Inside the 14-yard line.
You should have said what David Kelly used to say.
He's nice.
If we got to go 3 and out and punt it, we're good.
Yeah.
All right, like it or not, Landry, it's catching on, man. It's catching on.
What's catching on?
He led the team in tackles. He had the only sack.
Christian Harris?
You got to say it.
Nah.
You're denying the news.
Nah, he's Christian Harris.
You're denying the trend.
He's Christian Harris, brother.
On 3, Figgy. 1, 2, 3.
Harris County, baby.
No.
Harris County,
That
baby.
is so easy of y'all to come up with, too.
But nobody else did.
I've seen other people.
Because they're copying me. Another passing thought. Laramie Tunsil does not have a target on his back. Dude, this is a you cannot ignore in victory thing.
He's got a target on my back.
They had the rhythm going.
They were drive killers.
There was the one where they had the rhythm going, and they were going to go for it on 4th and 1. And I was actually kind of intrigued. Like, is the QB sneak still in the bag?
Yeah.
Are they still going to use the QB sneak with C.J. Stroud? I would hope so.
Yeah.
But right when they're about to go for it, you feel like they're going for the 2-possession lead. C.J.'s in a rhythm. False start, number 78.
They were drive killers. And that's a true...
Boy, you want to talk about the internet going nuts?
Oh, my God.
Laramie Tunsil false starts break the internet.
You should have heard the people over at Daily just groaning and screaming and yelling at him.
They need a bench.
No lie, I could have gotten a McDonald's breakfast combo meal on the way into work if I had 10 cents for every time someone said, he ain't no all-pro. He wants to be an all-pro. Need to learn to stay in your stance.
Couple things on the broadcast, okay? One, not so good, and made me scratch my head. Kirk Herbstreit said it was a clean game. What? It wasn't a clean game.
When?
Right at the end of the game, he said, and this is the best thing about this. It's been a clean.
Troy Aikman?
Did I say Herbstreit?
Said Kirk Herbstreit?
Yeah, I meant Troy
race
Aikman.
card. Mofo. That might be the worst race card ever.
I meant Troy Aikman.
Goodness gracious.
All quarterbacks look alike.
Yeah, especially
all white, tall, handsome quarterbacks look alike.
He said it was a clean game. It wasn't a clean game. They had 11 penalties, the Texans, which, by the way, is another don't ignore in victory kind of things. The other broadcast thing I think showed exactly why this was a big-time crew. So Lisa Salters, they tossed it to Lisa Salters, right?
Yeah, right off the top or
this
after?
was about midway through the second. Maybe it was third quarter. She's
such a pro.
They tossed it to Lisa Salters. But then the Colts went no huddle. And she immediately said, guys, I'll get to it right after this play. And she tossed it back to them. That, you want to know, like this is inside broadcasting kind of stuff, but that was awesome. Because a lot of sideline
What about her stand-up at the beginning?
I didn't hear it because we were over there.
Oh, man. She was like laying out like last year. And dude, she put it on a platter for Will Anderson.
Yeah.
They kick it to her. They're like, we'll be back with Lisa Salters. They kick it down to Lisa Salters. She's sitting there looking all professional and everything. And she's like, last year, the New York Jets were the first team to have the offensive and defensive rookie of the year. This year, the Houston Texans have C.J. Stroud and Will Anderson, blah, blah, blah. She put it on a platter for Will Anderson to go out there and win this thing. And then she talked about D'Amico Ryans, like first-year head coach, all that. She set the scene, man. When they say, like a lot of times you kind of, I don't want to say you roll your eyes, but when someone says, and they get on that national stage and you just get this opportunity to elevate yourself, dude, that was it.
Yeah, but when she did that, I turned to, I think it was Fifth Ward Crenshaw. He was over there. I said, that's why these guys are so good. That's why she's awesome. She didn't try to, like a lot of people would have kept on with their, well, I was talking to the coach and blah, blah, blah. She goes, guys, I'll get to it right after this play.
Shots fired.
And she tossed it.
Shots fired at Vanessa Richardson. Goodness gracious.
What's your
problem?
Richardson?
Good Lord. What's your deal?
Another passing thought. J.J. Watt and DeAndre Hopkins jerseys will never go out of style. There were a couple in the in the bar Saturday night. They were cool. It was badass watching them.
I think the best throwback jersey to wear for me is a Cushing.
Cushing's a good one.
I agree.
It's just the psycho element.
Yeah.
Like I think when I see, and you see them all over the place, you probably see like 15, 20 a game. The Cushing for me is the one that is just the one to rock.
It's not like the star jersey, but it's like you in the sticks. Oh, you for real, for real.
Like if you told me I had to like pick a jersey to wear to a game, I would go with number 1, Cush, number 2, Arian Foster.
That's a good one.
And then
But JJ and Hop never go out of style.
No,
they look cool in there.
No.
I'm going to tell you 2 things that came out of my mouth like screaming at the TV on Saturday night. The first one was this.
Are they FCC friendly?
No, but I'll edit myself. When the Texans were giving up all the gashes to Jonathan Taylor.
Dude, he's badass.
I said it at least 3 times.
He's badass.
I said
he's a warrior.
These guys can't stop the run for bleep.
Yeah, he's a warrior. But they won't face another back like that. Like that.
Yeah.
It was almost like a big win for running backs because if the Colts hadn't given Taylor that contract, I don't even know if they're in the game. He's a warrior. That dude is a badass. Salute to Jonathan Taylor.
And then I said this when C.J. Stroud went 7 for 7 by number 7 on the final drive. Heisman moment. I know you don't like that, but like to transfer it to the NFL, that was a Heisman moment.
That play, that 10th drive, it was the 10th Texans drive where it started out with a sack where CJ got sacked from behind. Then I think Schultz picks up 16 to lower the blow. Then he hits Schultz again. Then Beck gets a holding call.
Yeah.
And then he hit Schultz for like a short gain. And then that buying time, and getting Nico play of the year.
Yeah.
Play of the year, not even close. Like that was 100,000% the play of the year. And that was the drive of the year.
Yes. That's what I'm saying.
That was the drive of the year. But I will say this, and I want Texans fans to be honest with me. Y'all had PTSD when that extra point was missed. You were anticipating losing the game by 1. I want y'all to be honest.
I got
or maybe you to be honest.
I got 3 more. No, this is what I said. This is one of my passing thoughts when he missed the extra point. That was a perfect transition. Well, I did say Kaimi Fairbairn was going to be key in this game. And he was. Kaimi Fairbairn was key. I had a premonition. I just kind of misinterpreted. A couple more here. I do not care what the Colts say about they've run that kind of play before. They have confidence in Tyler Goodson. Gardner Minshew said everything about that final play. That was a drop when the Colts were driving. Dude, that was a Marshawn Lynch vibe. That was run the bleeping ball to Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah.
I'm glad they didn't.
Yeah.
But
man, they got multiple backs that can make plays too. Texans need that in the worst way.
Yeah, but
oh man, I just want some more running backs that can make plays.
I don't care what they say. That was stupid. Last one. These first round playoffs.
But what if he was hurt?
Run the damn ball to Jonathan Taylor
or Moss.
Yeah,
they
what
had
are you
a couple
doing,
options,
man?
yeah.
What do you?
It was a good play call.
I don't care. It was Tyler Goodson.
Hey.
And it was Gardner
Minshew.
Minshew.
Minshew threw that pass behind him a little bit.
You know the under the radar element, and I don't know if this really matters or not, but I thought it was kind of a break because you're kind of in that territory where you don't know when you're going to have to burn your timeouts. Jonathan Taylor running out of bounds twice was big because we were talking about that. He ran out of bounds twice, and you can say, well, there's still little time, but with the way that they were playing that and the way they were taking it down, the fact that he ran out of bounds, I think there was 1:54 left. He ran out of bounds on first and second down. I thought that was big because it allowed DeBico to save his timeouts in case he needed them.
We was in there talking about, man, he needs to start using these timeouts because they're going to run the ball and bring the time all the way down.
We got lucky that they got the first two because on 4th and inches, if they move the chains, then you have to start to use it. Fortunately, that ref called the first down.
I actually tweeted this before that drive started, and I didn't think it was going to come to pass, but it was close. You had to, if they got inside the 10, you had to kind of start thinking about letting them score. You really did. There was like 58 seconds left. If they're first and goal at the 5, you should have thought about it, but they didn't get to that. But anyway, last one. Overly dramatic columnists all over the country are having a field day this week. McCarthy against the Packers. Texans versus Deshaun's old team. Matt Stafford versus the Lions. Tyreek going back to Kansas City. It's going to be some great storylines for the first round.